moving on to our monster variant. That's funny.
We'll see in court Netflix.
Right? Our monster variant is the Sorcerer Initiate. So in order to build the Sorcerer Initiate, you're going to start with the Satyr stat block. You're going to drop its you're going to drop its skills, ram, short sword, and short bow. We're going to give it some new stuff instead, all right? I'm a big fan of some of this stuff right here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to give it the empowered spell twice a day. So when the sorcerer rolls damage for its firebolt or scorching ray, it can re-roll up to 2 damage dice. It must use the new results. That sounds familiar. That sounds like what? That sounds like meta magic to me.
Yeah.
Then we're also going to give it twin spell twice a day. When the sorcerer casts its firebolt, it can target a second creature in range with the same firebolt. If you haven't figured it out, we're going to be giving it some firebolt action. And then we're also going to give it a wild magic surge, which can trigger once per turn. When the sorcerer rolls a d20 on a result of 5 or lower, that's nice, not a 1, the sorcerer rolls on the wild magic surge table in the PHB. If the effect is a spell, it is too wild to be affected by the empowered spell or twinned. And if it normally requires concentration, it does not now. And the spell lasts for its full duration. So,
yes, the wild magic surge table. I still remember in my Tuesday game when the party sorcerer had to roll on it, and he ended up casting fireball on himself.
And kaboom,
and the bard was standing next to him.
That's okay.
They were level 4.
Notice how he said "were."
That's funny. All right, so we're not done here. So anybody that's been there was an announcement made by Wizards of the Coast. They are reviewing the player handbooks in the monster manual, and they're updating the monsters blocks.
Well, we didn't know how yet, to be fair.
Well, they showed some samples.
Well, from one document, from one adventure that they're anyway.
But it gives us one of the core features that they want to do, and they want to take spellcasters specifically and make them less complicated for some dungeon masters to get right to the point. So because of that, we have a new action called Firebolt. Imagine that. You make a ranged spell attack. It's going to have a +5 to hit, and it deals 1d10 damage and lights shit on fire if it's flammable. Pretty simple. Then we're going to give it Scorching Beam that recharges on a 6. It's a ranged spell attack. The sorcerer creates 3 beams of fire and hurls it at the target within range. It can hurl, and I spelled hurl wrong. It can hurl them at one target or several targets, and it must make an attack for each ray. Each one deals 1d4 damage. But we're not done.
Nope.
We're also going to give it a reaction, because what would a reaction, or what would a monster be without something cool that happens on the other player's turns? So we're going to give it Weakened Shield that recharges. Now, this is my first time, I think, giving a reaction a charging feature. It's going to have a reaction of Weakened Shield that recharges on a 5 or a 6. And when the sorcerer is hit by an attack or targeted by magic missile, it sounds familiar, the spell, it can use its reaction to create an invisible barrier of magical force to protect itself, giving the sorcerer's AC bonus a +3 until the next turn.
And that's versus a +5 usually, right?
Yes, which is why I called it Weakened Shield.
Right.
Because he's an initiate. He hasn't quite fully formed it. Only like half the shield forms, or maybe it's kind of wobbly or some shit. I don't know.
Wobbly? It's like those thin sheets of steel that you go with.
Oh my God, that's funny. So this is a pretty straightforward monster, but I really wanted to tinker with the new new couple things, the new format Watsy's doing, as well as the reaction with the recharge. What do you guys think?
I like it. It sounds fun.
Yep.
And with its empowered spell, it sounds like it's guaranteed to at least hit hard twice.
Yes, and I think that's the point, right?
And it might be a newbie spellcaster, but he's just dangerous enough to be threatening.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going for.
I like the 1 through 5 too on the wild magic, because that really shows that he doesn't know what he's doing.
It's more likely to happen. And that's kind of the feeling I was going for. Wait till you guys see the artwork I have for this, for our patrons. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. if you don't know, all this stuff gets published in our monthly magazine, as well as I create it for our patrons. They get a full page of the stat block, plus artwork and lore and knowledge check information. So a lot of good stuff there for our patrons.
That's a good reason to join. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that available at the lowest tier?
$3, I think. $3.
$3. $3. $3. That's the price of a cheeseburger.